Hi everyone, it's Jordan from Realty Source again, and I just wanted to say thank you for liking, sharing, for the positive feedback, and also for the amazing questions. I can't say thank you enough. First question is from Christian, and he asked, what is the down payment required to avoid CMHC fees? The answer to this question is 20% down. So anything less than 20% down, you need to have mortgage default insurance. And anything above that, you don't have to worry about it. So 20% down is the answer to that question. Question number 2 is from Scott. Any tips or strategies for millennials looking to buy a house while maintaining a diversified investment portfolio? My answer to that question is to house hack. First off, there's a lot of variables in this question because I don't obviously know your situation. But would be a house hack, so you can purchase a duplex or a triplex, live in one of the units, and then rent out the other 2 or other 1. And if you want to be super ambitious, you can actually live in the smaller of the units and then cash flow more from your tenants that are paying down the mortgage. Now, the challenge with this is that A, you got to find a property that works at a decent price. And number 2 is that you're still stuck with the same situation if you buy a normal single family home and that's coming up with a down payment. But in this case, I think it's a little bit easier. I don't know if it's easier, but when you're buying, like, essentially this will be an investment property that you hope to keep long term, and this is something where you can bring in friends or family to potentially invest with you, whether it be short term or long term, to kind of cut down on your money going out. And also at the same time, as you're doing that real estate investment, you can keep your other investments going and continue to contribute to those, potentially with the money that you're getting from the other tenants. Question number 3 is from Steve. With the new changes implemented by the government with respect to mortgage pre-approvals, what does that mean for people trying to get into the market? I think it will definitely change things a bit. For those that don't know, so the new mortgage rules are that you have to get stress test at a much higher rate. So you have to get approved at that rate, even though you're paying your actual mortgage rate is much less, but they have to stress test you at that to make sure that you can afford it. Now, for some, that's going to be difficult. I hope for most that should be okay. But obviously, we're going to see a little bit of that effect locally. Question number 4 is from Sean Murphy. Is it hard to balance male modeling and a real estate career? I am not a male model, but if I was, that probably would be pretty difficult. Thanks for the question, Sean. Question number 4 is from Tawanka. Tawanka asks, what is a good equation to calculate affordability when buying a new house? There's no real equation to buying it. Obviously, you can look at cost per square foot from a number of different builders, compare standard features and specifications, and hopefully you're getting the right home for what you're doing. My tips for when you're buying a new home are, you want to focus on what you can't change down the road, or what would be really difficult to change down the road. So that would be just general square footage and size of the home. Exterior finishes, so whether it be brick, siding, stone, all the different materials require different supports. The roof lines and everything, it's difficult to change that in the whole exterior of your home. And also going in the interior, like electrical and plumbing, you want to make sure you pinpoint exactly where you want those over the more longer term, because you don't want to be tearing up drywall and everything to move a lot of those elements. Areas that you can save and areas where you maybe trim down your budget is like flooring, countertops, kitchen, bathrooms and stuff like that for now. Obviously, it's going to be stuff you want to touch on later. All right, guys, that's all the questions for today. Thanks again for commenting, and thanks to those who liked and shared and gave tremendous feedback. If you do have any questions ever, feel free to email me, contact me in any way. I'd be more than happy to help you in any way possible. Thanks again, guys, and I will talk to you soon.